Boom fans, finally got that Paragon hybrid video going. So check it out. See what you think. I'm gonna give my take on it, and then hopefully that answers some of your questions. It's a great ball. Looks great. You're gonna get the chance to see that, and then hopefully, if you have any questions, you can put the comments in there, and I'll do the best I can to get to them. And without further ado, we'll get it going. All right.
Got track Paragon hybrid we're going to talk about today. As I was saying, I went with the layout 55 by 4.5 by 35, and picked that. I didn't want to do anything crazy. It's kind of a typical layout of mine, something that I want maybe to delay the flare a little bit. I just added a 1/2 inch from the EAP for the pin distance. For those of you that don't know, that those numbers, what they mean is the first number, the higher the number, all the way up to 90, means that's how long the ball's going to go before it gets into its roll. So the higher the number, the farther it's going to go. It doesn't necessarily mean a measurement as far as 55 feet or anything, but that's the angle. And the higher the number going up to 90 means the ball's going to go further before it gets into its roll. And then the second number is the distance between the pin and your PAP, and everyone has their own PAP. And the maximum amount of flare you're going to get is 3 3/8. Lower than that, the ball is going to flare less, but it's going to flare earlier. Higher than that, it's going to flare less, but it's going to flare later. And then the last number, the 35 I have there, the lower that number, the sharper it's going to come off of the break point, versus the higher that number, the more rounded and forward and slower it's gonna come off of the break point. So 35 is, below 45, so it's gonna come off the break point a little bit harder than medium, I guess you'd call it. So that's why I picked that. I kind of guessed at what this ball was gonna do. But I also want to talk about some of the specs of the ball. It's a beautiful ball. It's a follow-up from the original Paragon Solid. Using the same core. They changed the cover to a hybrid version, and they put compound on it. The finish it comes out is the steps are 500, 1000, 1500 Sierre, and then the compound, of course. Colors are grape, amethyst, and sapphire. It really is beautiful. I'm not just saying that. If that matters to you, which most people won't admit it, but it does to some, it's a really beautiful bowling ball. So anyway, lane condition it's made for is medium to heavy oil. I would agree with that. It's pretty strong. I've got some stronger stuff, but I would say that for me, the Hellcat is stronger, and the Trailblazer is stronger, and the Quantum Evo Hybrid maybe a touch stronger. They're pretty close. And I've got a video coming out with that Evo Hybrid pretty soon here, so be looking for that. The reaction for this ball is length with strong back end. It is definitely not skid flip though. It is definitely predictable on the back. You'll see in this video it doesn't go sideways on the back at all. As my guess would be, I did not get a chance to throw the Solid. I think I said that earlier, but my guess would be is that this ball would probably store energy a little bit longer than the Solid. That's typically what they do. That's why they remake balls between solids and hybrids and pearls, so that it gives you a different point of the lane. If you really like the reaction, it gives you a different point on the lane for the ball to start reading the lane. So a lot of times, if you got the same core, but you got a solid, then a hybrid, and then a pearl, you can get all three. And basically, if you like the reaction, you'll be able to kind of step down from that. So you'll be able to use the Solid on fresh, and then go to the hybrid, and then go to the pearl, or whatever your center's doing. But bowling on house pattern here, I think it's 42 feet house pattern. The specs on this ball, the RG. Now, for those of you who don't know, the RG rating, the higher the RG rating, the farther the ball will go down the lane before it gets into its roll. The RG rating is 2.48. A super high RG on a bowling ball is 2.6. 2.48 is fairly low, or fairly medium to low. So it won't take long for this ball to get into its roll. The differential is 0.056 for those that don't know. Pretty much the highest you're going to get on that is 0.060, so that is a very high differential. and then the intermediate differential or the asymmetrical differential is 0.015. That's pretty substantial. It's not too crazy high, but it's pretty good. There's balls out there with 0.02 something, but 0.015 is definitely a very good number for that intermediate differential. And what that does is that helps, this is an asymmetrical, of course, hybrid asymmetrical. That last number for the asymmetrical differential or the intermediate differential helps lay out and give you the desired reaction. So, but that's a good number. But I'll tell you what, this is a good ball. If you want something that's going to be able to throw on league night on a regular basis, this will do it. So, hope you enjoy. Have a good one.